what they say about Rivers politics. It's always coming with a lot of controversies, complexities. And sometimes the more you look in Rivers politics, the less you see or the less you understand. Today we saw, how would I refer to them now? Because they will say they have a valid court order affirming them as the authentic leadership of the APC in Rivers State. But then there are those who disagree, and those who think that Rivers APC is has a controversial leadership. But today they met with the national chairman of the APC, Mr. Yowada, and at that meeting, issues of unity came up. Let me allow you first to listen to the national chairman of the APC.
That common prosperity is better than destroying what we have. We've created an environment for us to have that prosperity as a country. We've seen a jump in terms of the revenue of the country. And the non-oil sector is contributing the largest part of our own internal revenue. And to me, these are the good elements that the president is talking about the renew. That's the true renew hope agenda. And lastly, is for me to ask that let's restore peace in our party and in our state. As the state of emergency come to an end, let's build a democracy. Let's come in to support the government. Let's come in to ensure that all the things of the let bygone be bygone and look at the future of the state, future of River State, and build a River State that is peaceful,
yes,
is prosperous,
amen,
and look at the future of our nation.
Amen.
And thank you and God bless you.
That's the national chairman of the APC. So the leader of that delegation also spoke, and their worries about the situation of things are so bad that they say it was the people in the PDP who filled the position of the APC, and that those whom they met in the APC, none of them even got, even if they got deputy chairman of the local government in the last election, they may have been happy, but they were totally sidelined. Well, it's re-echoed by the leader of that delegation, and he summarized it this way. Take a listen to it.
We are here to thank the good people of Rivers State for voting for us in the last local government election. We are candidates of this party. We emerge as chairmen from different local governments, and we are here to tell Rivers State to remain calm and continue to consolidate to the vision and mission of Mr. President's Renewal Hope Agenda. And I am happy that today peace has come to Rivers State. And I want to thank the good people of Rivers State for their show of support to Mr. President. Mr. President have done well. Mr. President have done well in this country. Mr. President have done well in Rivers State. Today there is peace. There is calmness. Activities are on top gear. We are here to thank Mr. President for nurturing us during our humble beginning.
All right, then. I guess that's Fubara Dagogo, isn't it? Let's get to talk about this. I'm being joined by Honorable Darlington Owachu, who is a factional publicity secretary of the APC in Rivers State. Thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Sean, thank you for having me. Good evening, Nigerians. But I would like to say that you cannot afford to lend this platform to the sort of brigandage that we saw during the time of Ganduje, wherein court orders were flagrantly disobeyed, our own party constitution was assaulted. So I believe that the media should, as it were, not lend credence to the sort of rubbish that we saw, where we saw ourselves in court for 9 long months. And at the end of the day, thanks to the courts, the pronouncement was made. And you know that something similar was done in Benue State. And the courts also rose to say, no, you cannot go against your own very constitution. And so if you refer to me as factional, that will be going against the judgment of God, which I am aware, as at this moment, no higher court has set aside or even issued a stay of execution of judgment which recognizes Chief Emeka Beke as chairman of APC in Rivers State.
So you belong to the Beke side?
If you say side again, I will disagree with you. There are no sides.
Where is Tony Okocha?
There is only but one APC, because in Nigeria there is a national secretariat of our party at 40 Blantyre Street, and it has one national chairman, Professor Nantawe, who is doing fantastically well as at today. And so you are talking of members of party, but we are talking of leadership of party. The party is led by Chief Emeka Beke.
Who is Tony Okocha in your party?
He's a member of the party.
He used to be the chairman of your party.
He used to. Now, let me say this.
Because these are the contentions, Darlington.
This may be the contentions that are being created.
Those who hear you being called Mr.
Shehu, they are mainly creations of the media.
You guys have...
No, they are creations of the media. Let me say this.
You know the problem.
There are.
Just a moment.
Because we cannot speak without empirical facts and evidences. So I have a background in the sciences, even though I've cross-carpeted to the arts, but there are things you cannot just do. Everything in the sciences is methodical. You need to follow methods, and so if we are to go by methods, I cannot sit down here and accept or agree that something that should not be, and the law, the courts have made pronouncements. You want me to accept it? I cannot accept it. So
you are publicity secretary of the APC?
I am the publicity secretary of APC.
Okay, so let's move forward. So that the meat of the conversation tonight, we are not losing.
Exactly.
So if that is what makes you happy in the moment, let me call you by what makes you happy.
It is not what makes me happy.
Darlington, who are you?
It is what
publicity secretary of the APC in Rivers State.
The cause only reaffirmed what the Congress did on the 16th of October 2021. I
have not read that judgment.
And my tenure is still running.
Okay, so let's get to the conversation.
Yes.
I saw some of your colleagues there,
yes.
Gogo and the rest,
yes.
who met.
No, candidates of APC in the last election.
And they are unhappy that at the end of the day, those who emerged were imported from PDP and became the candidates, and they used the platform of the party. What is really going on in your party in APC?
Now, you may argue that a lot of the issues that are being thrown up are mainly legal issues. And so I do not have the legalese to begin to explain away all those issues. However, what I know that is sacrosanct is the truth. And the truth is that whereas there is a valid leadership of the All Progressive Congress in Rivers State, led by Chief Emeka Beke, and that leadership, empowered by Article 13 sub 9 of the APC Constitution amended in March of 2022, has gone through the necessary processes to nominate these persons as candidates of our party for the August 30th elections. And so we, like I said before, I love and I enjoy being methodical in whatever discussions I hold because of my background. And here I can show you evidences. We have screening committees that screen these candidates, and they finally emerged as candidates of our party. In fact, I came here with results of all the local government areas, all.
So what then happened if they emerged from your own Emeka Beke conducted primaries? What then happened to them?
Now, let me say this. Prior to the 30th of August elections in the state, there were issues. In fact, we had initially thought that we had had our fears about the process and also the issues of transparency. But at the end of the day, the State Working Committee of the party decided that we were going to go ahead in order to prove our strength to the people of Rivers and indeed to Nigerians, that we are well able to run elections and win in Rivers State, notwithstanding the kind of unnecessary and irrelevant blackmail that has attended our tenure. But at the end of the day, after making nominations to the RISEC leadership, here is a letter. Here are letters written to the RISEC. I have copies of these letters. After making these necessary correspondences, in fact, the RISEC, 2 commissioners of the RISEC gave different interpretations to our correspondences. And that was when I, for one, knew that something was wrong somewhere. And so at the end of the day, they decided for themselves who the authentic APC is in Rivers State.
Because of our time,
yes.
Right? Because of our time. So the RCEC in this last local government election,
yes,
ignored the Emeka Beke candidates,
yes,
and took Tony Okocha candidates.
Yes.
Is that what happened?
That was what happened. And so because the claim or the excuse was that we never wrote to them or expressed interest in running the elections. And so
you have the correspondence.
They are here before you and before Nigerians. And so we wrote to them, indicating to them and also warning of the dangers of interfacing with persons who are unknown to law and who are also unknown to the party. As far as this party is concerned, there is a leadership of the party. And so we wrote to them, and we, flowing from that, sent in names of our candidates, of which the likes of Fubara. Of course, we looked at the election timetable that was published by the RISEC, of course. And you know,
did you get a confirmation and a receipt of your submission of your application?
Please, those are endorsement and return letters. Those are endorsement and return. Now, let me also add that what is playing out, I wouldn't want to, because it's already, I wouldn't want it to amount to sub judice, because this matter is already in court. And I believe, and our candidates also do believe strongly in our party for fairness, especially under the new leadership. I must tell you that the new national chairman of the party, Professor Nantawe, is a brilliant mind and has come with so much administrative acumen and openness, which we never had before. And I can tell you for free that if we had had him as national chairman prior to this period, we wouldn't have had any reason to go to court.
Mr. Darlington, let me ask you. Rotimi Amaechi has left. He was the leader of your party before he left for ADC.
Yes.
But as your party suddenly become an orphan, who is now the leader of your party?
You cannot say there is no way a political party can be seen as an orphan, because
who is the leader of your party?
It is a conglomeration of different interests. Who is the leader of your party in Rivers State today? As of today, the party has its last national, the last governorship candidate. We have Pastor Tonku, who was candidate of our party in 2023, and by our convention, the person who is or who was the flag bearer of the party at that level should give the party a direction.
Is he doing that?
And if you structurally,
is he doing that?
What do you need to run?
I'm asking. It's a straight question. Is he doing? Is he giving you the direction?
The question is, what do you need to run on a day-to-day basis? There is a state working committee led by Chief Emeka Beke.
Why can't you answer the question straight?
No, hold on.
You said he's the leader of your party.
No, hold on.
Is he giving the direction?
It is not the leader. It is not the leader. Do not misconstrue my use of words. It is not the leader that dictates the day-to-day activities of a political party.
All right, give me a moment.
It is the state working committee.
Give me a moment.
And Chief Emeka Beke is doing perfectly that.
Let me go on another break. And when we come back, what is the way forward? They are in court. Nentawe Yowada is intervening in this matter. Does that resolve it? Where do you place Wike in the whole scenario? We'll be right back after this break. Thank you so much, everyone. Quickly, before we get back into the conversation, let's tell you that 14 out of the over 170 requests for party registration have now been confirmed to go to the next level. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has come out to say that based on his recent meeting, that each request was assessed on the basis of his prima facie compliance with the provisions of Section 222 of the Constitution. And out of the total number of applications received, 14 associations have now met the requirement to proceed to the next stage, while 157 have not. The Commission says it will now communicate the decision arising from their meeting today to the association within the next 24 hours. And the pre-qualified 14 associations have now been published on its website. The Commission is also asking for a meeting with the interim chairman and secretaries of the pre-qualified association for a meeting on the 17th of this month at 11 a.m. at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja. Our closing moment now with Mr. Darlington Nwaju. He said he's not factional, but friend. Mr. Nwaju, is it true that Mr. Wike is in charge of your party?
Well, I am not aware. What I'm aware of is that, and the fact out there, and within our party, the fact that he is not a member of the All Progressive Congress, and the party constitution has a spelled out way of for membership of party. Article 9 is clear. Or you approach the State Working Committee for waivers, or the National Working Committee for waivers. I'm aware he has not approached.
So the reason why I'm asking this question is that you look at the list as submitted by the Tony Okocha, those who emerged as candidates and winners in that local government election. A lot of them are linked to supporters, allies of Mr. Wike, and that those who say in some ways that Mr. Wike is the one who is really in charge of your party.
Well, what the thing I can say to you now and here is the fact that those persons are not members of the All Progressive Congress.
So they are APC candidates who have won that election. And
we have members of the party who are in fact legacy members from CPC, ACN, and ANPP, who were nominated, the likes of Ambassador Fubra Dagogo, who were nominated rightfully by the legitimate leadership of APC in Rivers State.
We need to go now,
and we leave the cause to decide.
What do you think is the way out for your party?
Well, the way out of the seeming quagmire in Rivers APC is to accept the fact that as of today, the only leadership of the All Progressive Congress is that led by Chief Emeka Beke. And if we accept that, we will now create a platform or a window to move forward.
All right. Darlington Nwaju, Factional Publicity Secretary of the APC in Rivers State. Darlington. Factional.
No.
That's our show for tonight, everyone. I love to annoy this guy. That's our show. Many thanks for watching. I'm sure Wakim Ale. God bless Nigeria.